Hi, welcome to this tutorial on solving simultaneous equations using the substitution method. Now, the substitution method can be used to solve any type of simultaneous equation, but we have to use it to solve a simultaneous equation that contains a squared. So we've here got a linear equation, but we've got an equation of a circle here. And we're going to use substitution to be able to solve this for x and y. Now I'm just going to do one example here. This does come up in the higher paper, but they tend to be fairly easy questions when it does come up. If you want to look into more detail, check out my A-level tutorials on C1 and you'll find plenty more examples of this on there. So let's have a look at this one then. Y plus x equals 3 and y squared plus x squared equals 5. Now there are 5 steps to this. I'm going to write these down as we go through this. So step 1, what we need to do is we need to rearrange one of the equations. And we rearrange it to write it in terms of either x or y. Start with the simplest one. So we've got y plus x equals 3. All I need to do is to take the y over and leave me with x equals 3 minus y. All I've done is I've made x the subject, I've taken the y over to the other side and taken it away. And now what I've got is I've got an expression for x. 3 minus y is my expression. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to replace this expression in the other equation where x is. So the second thing would be to replace into other equation. So I'm going to put in place of x here 3 minus y. So I get y squared plus 3 minus y. But remember, it's squared and that equals 5. I've substituted this expression into the other equation. This now has to be multiplied out. You should know or be aware of the fact that 3 minus y squared is this, 3 minus y multiplied by 3 minus y. So look out for that, that comes up quite a lot. We're going to now expand these brackets. That's going to give me 9 minus 3y minus another 3y. A negative times a negative gives us a positive, and y times y gives us y squared. Let's simplify that, tidy it up. 9 minus 6y plus y squared replaces this. So I'll write that in, y squared plus 9 minus 6y plus y squared equals 5. We can now group together the terms. Okay, so we're going to group together these terms, giving us 2y squared minus 6y plus 9 equals 5. What we've now got, we've got a quadratic equation here. What I'm going to do, step 3, is I'm going to set up my equation. Quadratics need to be equal to 0. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to take the 5 away from the right hand side and the left hand side to leave me with 0 on the right hand side. Now I've got a quadratic, it's equal to 0, I can factorise it. So I'm going to now factorise this. So it's probably easier to divide all this through by 2. And that's going to give me y squared minus 3y plus 2. And remember, 0 divided by 2 is still 0. I've now got a simple quadratic here to solve. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to solve the equation to give me one of my answers. So I'm going to factorise this. 2 numbers that multiply to give 2 and add to give minus 3. Well, 1 times 2 gives 2, but it won't give negative 3 when you add them together. So we need to have our values as minus 2 and minus 1, because the negatives multiplied together give the positive, and negative 2 add negative 1 give me the negative 3. So let's put that into our brackets. Y minus 2, y minus 1 equals 0. We can now solve. Remember, if we've got y minus 2, y minus 1 equals 0, if I divide both sides by y minus 1, I'm just left with y minus 2 equals 0. If I'd chosen to divide both sides by y minus 2, I'd be left with y minus 1 equals 0. Simple equations now to solve. If I take the 2 over and the minus 2 over and the minus 1 over, I get my answers for y. So I'm going to have y equaling 2 or y equaling 1. I've now got my values for y. All I now need to do is sub back into first equation and solve for x. So here, if we put y equals 2 into this equation here, I'm going to have 2 plus x equals 3. Well, 2 plus 1 must equal 3. So when y is 2, x will be 1. But what about when y is 1? Well, when y is 1, 1 plus 2 gives you 3. So x must equal 2. So we've got our 4 answers, 2 y values, 2 x values.